Morning, everybody. This morning we are going to build the 49-to-1 balun, excuse me, and we're going to attach wire to it, and I'm going to show you guys all the care that I put into building my antennas. As you can see, I already have all the parts laid out. I already wound the toroid. I already drilled all the holes in the box. We're ready to go. Let's get started. Get all the little plastic pieces out of the box from the drill press. Now, don't mind me, it's still a little bit chilly in this building this morning. It's only 28 degrees outside and I've only had my heaters running for a little while. So I might still be a little bit slow and shaky yet, but we'll get it done. We will get it done. Always use a really good brand of solder. I don't use any of the cheap stuff. I always use Kester brand with the lead and the flux in it. Works great, makes soldering a whole lot easier, guys, a whole lot easier. I don't use the big stuff. I use a small iron. I mean, the wire that I use for, the soldering wire is pretty thick itself. I mean, relatively. Not plumbing solder by no means. Nothing that big, just, big enough to where I can get a decent amount on at a time. No sense in needing a torch to be able to melt solder onto your connectors. And then you just destroy stuff. So, just use the small circuit board style size solder. These little nuts right here can be a little tricky sometimes because my fingers can be just a little too chubby to get in there to hold them still. And then sometimes they go on just as easy as that. I've dropped several of them on the floor in here. Several of them have disappeared and never came back. It is what it is. I'll find them eventually. Alright, so you got the connector in the box. Forgot a washer. Hopefully you guys can see everything that I'm doing. If I'm going off camera a little bit, I apologize. I have my phone mounted on a flexible arm and I don't know exactly where all you guys can see. I mean, I kind of positioned it the best I could, but mistakes can be made. We're only human, right? Make sure that's nice and snug so it's not going to go anywhere. And like so. start working on the transformer itself. I learned a new trick recently. I was using a pocket knife to clean the enamel coating off of this wire, and that's proved to be fairly inefficient in time. So I've seen in somebody else's video where they had a Dremel tool. Thankfully I have several of these laying around, and I have a Dremel bit kit, and I was able to find, I had one of these nice little tiny little grinding stones here. It has made life so much easier, guys. Hope you can hear me over this thing. If you guys haven't checked out my website, you take a trip over to ko4fsv.com. Check out some of my designs that I have on there. Let me know what you think. Just send me an email from the website. I even have my phone number on there for you. I answer my phone for everybody. Take a little bit of that off there. Don't know where that piece just landed. Be alright, I'll find it later too. Beautiful. I wish Dremel tools, I think I'm gonna order a cordless one at some point in time, because that thick power cord that they put on those things makes it a little hard to store on my desk. So and I'd rather not have to unplug it and put it away every time I get done cleaning the coating off of one of these wires. It seems very time inefficient to do that, if you ask me. We only have so much time on this earth. Why spend it always cleaning up? If we can just make life easier, we'll get to spend more time with our friends and family. I think that's important. Get in there, fella. There we go. Alright. My iron doesn't cool down on the timer. I let it sit too long without touching it. It's alright. Heat it back up pretty quick. Cool. here with those cutters. There we go. Alright guys, check that out. Pretty, ain't she? Well, make sure we put our waterproofing gasket in the lid here. I really appreciate all my followers that I have so far. I've only had this TikTok account for about just a couple weeks now. Never really wanted anything to do with TikTok. But you guys are awesome. I have a lot of followers and supporters on TikTok now. Commenting and sharing thoughts with me through messages and all that good stuff. Alright. Box is built, guys. Check that out. Now, I may have lied. I did not get all of the pieces set up to build this antenna. I still need to grab those. Where'd the little one? There. Let's see here. I need this end. As you can see, guys, every connection point all the way through to the wire on these antennas is soldered. I believe it makes for a better connection. A lot of people might just crimp their connectors. They might just, you know, crimp the little eye rings on the wire, the transformer, and connect it to the connector and all that, which is fine. I mean, it works. It works. But that little bit of solder that I put on there is pretty much going to guarantee that there's never going to be a loose connection. There's never going to be a chance of arcing anything on my antenna. Come back here. Strain relief is the key to not breaking things, guys. I will be very soon working on ways to upgrade some of this. trying to make my process smoother, easier, faster. Any way I can do this. Any way you can make life easier, right? One of these days I'll actually get a nut driver that fits this, but for right now, this 1/4 inch extension and socket, I've used this so far on every antenna that I have made, and I'm up to a little over closer to 400 antennas. Not the best tool, but I tell you what guys, it works. And for the finishing touch, this is the last piece to the puzzle, guys. The absolute last piece to the puzzle. No antenna is complete without my sticker on it. There you have it. 150 watt, 49-to-1, 65 feet of wire will give you 40 through 10 meters. On the website, I have these listed for $75. Check them out, guys. 73.